I'm going to start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Hello panels, my name is Gilgal Nantio. I'm the first speaker of the opposition team, or you can say I'm the leader of the opposition. First of all, we must look at the meaning of this motion. The House would make somebody just literally have to not get into the jail because of they're not same as the criminalized person with a victim. It's just unclarified with my opinion, and the real title of this motion is "This House will decriminalize victimless criminal." Okay, just let me explain the rebuttal on it, and I have an same perspective as the proposition, which they just do not have an opportunity to give the victimless criminal to the jail. Okay, I just want to rebuttal what are they just literally said. Okay, we just moving on the first rebuttal. Let us just see that the proposition team said that it can just be they can have a rehabilitation, but let us see that in jail post rehabilitation is have and more effective than just letting somebody in rehabilitation, or after it letting somebody just have a literal life like an average person that do not have doing that victimless criminal. Okay, just let us see. If somebody just have a literal life like an average people, or they have doing that crimes and they just get rehabilitated, maybe that's the society will think like, oh, the government doesn't teach about a consequence to their civilians. Okay, but moving to the reason why we do not agree to decriminalize victimless criminals, because it is not effective to depending that rehabilitation things. We must look back. There are many cases because somebody easily became sakau if there is no strict rules on a place where they just been have rehabilitated. We can just see there's many cases of it. We can just see in it historical. There are Kurt Cobain just escaping from the jail, escaping from the rehabilitation place because it can easily be they can back to their past environment if there's no strict rules on the place where they have been rehabilitated, like I say before. And second of all, let us see that in different cases, if somebody doing prostitution and she's just be given that social welfare, it will be unfair for somebody that just looking for the works or at least have a competence on it. So the solutions is not decriminalize them and then give the social welfare. The solutions is giving that education so they can finally use the government work field. We can just see in Indonesians for a jail there are many activities that can increase that prisoners' life skills. It is why we call the lapas is lembaga pengayoman masyarakat, because they can just literally do something that is productive when they still in the jail, and they can just learn consequence from what are they do in the past. Okay, because in prostitution case it is must have a different handling, plus from putting them in jail it would make somebody just have an effect on it and they wouldn't repeat, and if they just clear out with the laws, they can have a new life skills and then can implement it to their life. It is more effective than just letting them with a social marvel. They can just easily back to their past environment. Moving to the second rebuttal, the proposition said that law is created for the government to actually preserve that social order, and they just argue that victimless crimes happen because of the failure of the government to provide the social needs. We from the opposition team just want to remind you how many cases in outside of our country, because the government is good, there still happens the victimless crime, and just how many people just can be cancelled because they do this victimless crime. Yes, we are agree with the law is created to please people, but in this motion, how many society just want to normalize the decriminalize of somebody that doing a victimless crime? The society will think it is not have a very big deal consequence from the government, and then if we just literally decriminalize it, the society can think, yeah, it can be normal for somebody just doing it, but it's disturbing the society. It's like How can you be comfort if your neighbor just doing that victimless crimes in front of your eye, or if you catches them just using that victimless crime in front of your eye? Okay, just let me just move to our argument. First of all, we can still criminalize somebody that doing this unvictim cases, as I said before, for the effectora, and then in the benefit of it, they can still growing up their life skills, because in La Paz there's many activity that they can try and they would be practice on it. So if they just clear out with that those problems, they can go out to the society again, they can just live normal again, and they have a different skill sets as before. And the second argument I want to agree that we don't agree if the government investing their money to the rehabilitation on it. We can see that in jail there is have two benefits. They can rehabilitate somebody's, and they can just make somebody's have a different life skills than we just can. Like I just said before, from putting somebody's that have an repetitive bad things, they can just be changed. It's because that in jail is having strict rules, but they can still rehabilitate it on it. Okay, moving to the third argument, how many people that will normalize the criminals of somebody that just do the victimless criminal? Like I just said before, yes, it's unvictim, but it still have an impact on the society, and I think that the society would not accept somebody that just doing this unvictim case. Okay, in conclusions, panels, we must totally look if we decriminalize this crime, it would ineffectively solve the respect problem on the society. So we are from the opposition team believe criminalize them is the best option, or to at least have a decreasing number of the crimes, and from criminalizing them, they can just have a different life skills as before, and they would not repeat their past bad tindakan. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Proud to oppose.